In a recent interview, James Cameron shared new details about Avatar 3 with the working title, The Seed Bearer. The director noted that although the filming of the threequel occurred concurrently with the sequel, there are many aspects and storylines that will ultimately be altered. At the same time, he doesn't deny that the plot of the third movie might still undergo changes. While the basis of the script will remain the same, specific details might be adjusted. The Seed Bearer has already been completely shot, initially slated for a theatrical release in December of next year, but it has been pushed to December 19th, 2025. This implies that the team is facing time constraints, and it may seem like a cause for concern among fans. However, it's essential to note Cameron's statement. Director has been slowly unveiling details and hints about possible plot lines for the third Avatar. He has teased a new Na'vi clan known as the Ash People, so many have begun to theorize what part they could play in the upcoming Avatar sequels. One noteworthy revelation pertains to the introduction of the Ash People, a distinct race embodying a darker facet of the Na'vi on Pandora. This nation is poised to prominently engage in the use and veneration of fire. The first movie delved into the link with Earth, focused on the Omaticaya, who are initially found living in Home Tree. The sequel concentrated on exploring the seas and adapting to the water in order to survive. The Way of Water introduced audiences to a new clan of Na'vi, distancing Jake and Neytiri from their home with the Omaticaya and finding them living with the Metkayina, who reside in Pandora's reefs and oceans. James Cameron has confirmed that at least 3 sequels will be produced in the Avatar franchise, revealing even more new locations and different clans on Pandora, teasing the possibility of a villainous clan in Avatar 3. Consequently, expectations are that the third part will center around fire, portraying it as both a weapon and a resource. The Ash People are anticipated to spearhead a novel representation of the blue aliens on Pandora in this fiery narrative exploration. The preceding storylines have revolved around the indigenous Na'vi striving to defend their homeland from external threats posed by human occupation. However, with the introduction of a purportedly less amicable faction, James Cameron has hinted at a desire to subvert the narrative, illustrating the complexity of good and bad within every race. For the first time, the Na'vi will grapple with internal challenges, potentially escalating into a civil war over the planet's resources. This strategic shift is particularly thrilling given that one of the major criticisms of Avatar 2 was its perceived similarity to the first movie, which originally stood out for its uniqueness. Venturing into a new narrative direction adds layers to the native people's story, enhancing the potential for success. The Ash People will have their leader named Varung, and she will be played by Una Chaplin, the granddaughter of Charlie Chaplin. She is better known for her role as Robb Stark's wife in Game of Thrones. The actress has already stated that she has completed all scenes with her character. She described Varung as a true warrior who fears no death and is willing to do anything for her people. Some fans believe that Varung will be Colonel Quaritch's love interest in Avatar 3, but that's just a rumor. Although details about the incorporation of the new clan remain limited, Cameron has clarified that the Ash People in Avatar 3 will unveil a different facet. This narrative direction aims to highlight that, similar to humans, there are both good and bad people among the Na'vi population. Cameron said, "In the early films, there are very negative human examples and very positive Na'vi examples. In Avatar 3, we will do the opposite." Director's statements have sparked theories suggesting that the Ash People could serve as the primary antagonists in The Seed Bearer. There's even speculation about a possible alliance with the humans, which now maintains a permanent base on Pandora through Bridgehead City. But why would Ash People be evil? There is a theory about this. It suggests that the Ash People could be perceived as antagonists due to the loss of their connection to Eywa. Presumably, this connection was severed by a destructive volcanic eruption that annihilated their sacred places, including the Tree of Souls, and isolated them from other navies. This ancient event, occurring on a remote volcanic island, led to a gradual erosion of faith in Eywa among the Ash People, reducing it to a myth. The loss of this connection and belief might have created a rift between them and other clans, potentially causing misunderstandings and casting them as antagonists in the narrative. Cameron's revelation about exploring different locations across Pandora in the sequels, including the possibility of volcanic areas, adds another layer to this theory. The isolation of Ash People from their Tree of Souls and other clans could potentially drive them towards exploiting Pandora's resources rather than appreciating the planet holistically, as seen with other Na'vis. The aftermath of a volcanic eruption might expose the clan to molten rocks and metals, offering them opportunities opportunities to forge weapons perceived as more advanced than the traditional bows and arrows. This technological advancement in weaponry could potentially lead them to form an alliance with the humans in the next Avatar movies. Such collaboration might see them joining forces in battles against Jake and the other clans, presenting a formidable challenge with their more sophisticated arsenal. The diversity among the inhabitants of Pandora is evident, showcasing a non-homogeneous population. It's possible that not all clans share the same gentle and respectful traits seen so far. The introduction of the Ash people suggests a potential contrast, portraying them as more aggressive and territorial. Their association with fire, often symbolizing anger, aligns with this characterization. Positioned in the volcanic regions, they are believed to derive power from the molten biomes of the world, indicating adaptations for survival in their fiery terrain. It's anticipated that the Ash people may also harness new fireborn creatures in a manner similar to the utilization of creatures in the forests and seas. This expansion of the Pandora ecosystem, as hinted in The Way of Water, sets the stage for the sequel by unveiling previously unexplored parts of this intricate world. The primary focus in Avatar 3 will be on the children of Jake and Neytiri. In the previous movies, Jake himself served as the narrator, but Cameron has emphasized that in The Seedbearer, Lok will be one of the main characters and will have his own lines with a monologue. Audiences can also anticipate the development of Kiri's storyline. She remains the most enigmatic character in the franchise, a child of unclear nature and origin. All we know about her is that she is the daughter of Grace and simultaneously possesses an exceptional connection with Eywa and the inhabitants of Pandora. The second aspect is particularly intriguing, as both Kiri and Jake, with his wife connected to the Tree of Souls at the end of the previous movie. Therefore, the viewing of past memories is not an exclusive privilege for the girl. Consequently, her superpowers are intricately linked to influencing Pandora's ecosystem and its creatures. It's worth recalling a theory related to unobtainium, a rare and highly valuable mineral found on Pandora. One of the locations coincided with the site of the former Tree of Souls. If we hypothesize that Eywa is somehow connected to unobtainium, her influence should be particularly pronounced in water. After all, water constitutes a unified ecosystem that brings together many animals. However, if unobtainium is indeed located at the bottom of Pandora's oceans, as numerous rumors suggest, its distribution and connection with Eywa would be most prominent in aquatic environments. This is a potential avenue that Kiri could exploit. In theory, she might enhance her skills in the future and begin to control the entire fauna of Pandora. However, the identity of her father remains undisclosed, further intensifying curiosity among viewers. Fans speculate that Eywa herself might be one of the parents. Grace mysteriously became pregnant, leading to the birth of Kiri. This could explain the girl's extraordinary abilities. The title, The Seedbearer, likely alludes to her, as she carries a part of Eywa within her. As for the broader storyline, it's essential to recall that in The Way of Water, Jake's son Nadayam was tragically shot, significantly impacting the entire family. Now they are set to embark on a new life. However, Jake continues to torment himself over the loss of his elder son, vowing to persist in the fight against the Earthlings. Accordingly, Pandora continues to suffer from the exploitation of valuable resources, with humans persisting in their presence. The conclusion of The Way of Water sets the stage for an impending conflict, a more extensive confrontation between the people of Pandora and Earthlings. Moreover, in the finale, we witness the spider saving his father, Quaritch, a plotline that undoubtedly won't go unnoticed by James Cameron. If Jake discovers that the spider rescued his sworn enemy and the murderer of his son, it could lead to a profound drama with unexpected consequences, especially considering that Quaritch is likely to remain a relentless adversary to the Na'vi. However, it's far from certain that he will once again assume the role of the main antagonist. It is known that Parker Selfridge will make a return in the third film. Actor Giovanni Ribisi has signed a contract to play one of the main roles, officially confirming his participation in the project. It's worth recalling that at the end of the first film, his character was sent back to Earth with most of the human contingent. While he played a secondary role, it was he who headed the entire operation on Pandora. Selfridge regarded the Na'vi as primitives. Likely, it took him time to find new resources to return to Pandora with even greater force and animosity, considering the necessity of unobtainium hidden in its depths. Therefore, this storyline will take a new turn in the narrative, with the fate of not just one tribe at stake, but the entirety of Pandora. Ultimately, all navies will be compelled to unite, realizing that only collective efforts can withstand the threat from humans and preserve the planet's unique ecosystem. Despite differences in culture and lifestyle, all clans will comprehend that their shared home is under threat, and only unity can ensure survival for everyone. This alliance will forge a powerful front in defense of Pandora, and the combined efforts of representatives from various tribes will make them stronger in the struggle for their planet. The challenges faced by the characters characters will create strong bonds and allow for the resolution of internal conflicts. Perhaps even some characters who were once antagonists will find common ground and join the fight for the well-being of Pandora. This united front will serve as a symbol that even the most diverse inhabitants of this extraordinary world can work together when the fate of their home is at stake.